Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your relationship profile reading, where I will be doing 3 spreads for you on what happened between you and your lover in the past, present, and what will happen in the future. So I've already shuffled and displayed the cards just for time's sake. I need this video to be short and sweet and very direct for you guys. So the top 3 cards that you see represents your past. The three bottom cards represents what's occurring presently, and after I'm done talking about your past and present, I will be reading your future. So looking here at your past, you do have the Nine of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the World card. And what I'm intuitively getting for you guys, Capricorns, is in the past, you were sort of pushed to leave someone behind. And I'm seeing this as perhaps your love interest. You were pushed to leave them behind, but I'm seeing that it was their loss by you leaving them behind. As in, when you left them behind, it was their loss, not yours. And the reason why I say that is because with this Nine of Pentacles, when I clarified it, the Eight of Pentacles came up. So for a lot of you guys, Capricorns, you were sort of like the breadwinner. That's the word that I intuitively got. The breadwinner. Breadwinner, if you're not familiar with that phrase, is sort of like the partner in the relationship who is not necessarily dominant, but typically a breadwinner would be someone who makes more money, or someone who, I guess I can say, has more influence in the relationship. Typically that term is used financially. Like if someone were to say, I'm the breadwinner in this family or in this relationship, it means I make more money. So financially, I'm seeing that for some of you Capricorns, when you were pushed to leave this person behind, perhaps it was their actions, perhaps it was the person who you are romantically dealing with, it was their actions that forced you to leave them behind. But it was their loss because after you left them behind, after the separation or breakup took place, you were still abundant. You were still successful. So it's sort of like when you left with all the abundance. You left with everything that belonged to you. So if you were sharing your finances with this person, whether it's finances, other materialistic things, when you left them, you took your abundance with you. And so now it's sort of their loss because even though you're apart from them, you're still abundant. They're the one who is empty. They're the one who doesn't really have much now because they don't have access to you. Therefore, they don't have access to your success or abundance. Abundance can come in any form. Your abundance could be your finances. Your abundance could just be your energy. If you're a positive person who brings light in people's lives, you know, if you're a positive person who you're so positive that you make a huge impact on others' lives. There are people like that, where in relationships, their partner may be more dark, but they're more bright and, you know, happy and abundant. And so their happiness impacts their partner's darkness. It helps their partner's darkness. It helps their partner become more positive, become more happy. But I'm just saying that when you left, their world changed because you left with everything that you have, especially if you are the breadwinner. And it doesn't have to be financially. You could have just had a huge influence or a huge impact in The person who you were romantically connected to, you could have had a huge impact in their life. Maybe you were just very helpful. It doesn't have to be financially. Maybe you were just very helpful. You know, you helped them with a lot. You were more of the leader in their life, the teacher. But I'm absolutely seeing that it was their loss because, you know, in the past, after you were sort of pushed to leave them behind, and you don't have to be the one who broke up with them. Even if they broke up with you, my point is there was a greater negative impact on their life than yours. You were still abundant. And so next you have the Justice card. When I ask for clarity on the Justice card, and just remember this is everything that took place in the past. When I asked for the Justice card, look what came up, the Five of Swords. Next, the Queen of Wands came up. I'm hearing retaliation. For some of you Capricorns, you sort of retaliated by taking all that you have and leaving. That was your way of expressing your anger to them. I'm seeing that a handful of you guys were probably like, okay, well, if you want to be unfaithful, unloyal, if you want to mistreat me, okay. But I'm taking everything that I have and you're no longer going to have access to it. So let's see who really needs who. That's just the kind of mentality that I'm seeing that you had towards your love interest. Very, very defensive. And I'm not saying who was right, who was wrong. I'm not going to do that in the reading. That's not the point of it. But I'm just saying it was their actions that caused you to leave them behind. So if your partner is having a hard life right now, it's not your fault. It's really their fault, because I'm saying it was really their actions that caused you to be this defensive, that caused you to be like, you know what, I'm not sharing my success with you. I'm not sharing what I have worked for with you anymore. Because you're not doing your part as my partner. Next, you have the World card. When I asked for clarity on this World card, the Wheel of Fortune came up. Now, the Wheel of Fortune came up, and the word that I intuitively got with this Wheel of Fortune here, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame, was karma. This might come as a surprise for you, but this karma is on both sides. This karma is on your partner's side, and it's also on your side. Your side because of the way you left the situation. It may have seemed like a fair decision for you to take all you have and leave them with nothing. You may have done it out of anger. You were just fed up. Whatever the case was, the universe is saying you could have done it in a more appropriate way. And so you're going to have to, there's going to be a reunion. You're going to have to deal with this person again because of the way you left. And the karma is on their side because, like I said, it was their actions, whatever it is that they did, it was their actions that pushed you to being more selfish. And sometimes being selfish isn't a bad thing. Sometimes you have to give a person a wake-up call to show them, hey, I have the upper hand. Hey, you need me, not the other way around. And so if you mistreat me, your life will drastically change because I'm going to leave. And when I leave, I'm going to take everything that I have. You were just giving them a wake-up call. But the universe is saying sometimes a fair decision isn't a good decision. So I'm seeing even in the past, for a handful of you, there was a lot of run-ins with each other, or should I say back and forth with each other. Even after you chose to take what you have and leave, you were still having to go back and deal with them because of the way you left. On and off, on and off. Next, you have your present spread. In your present spread, you have the Page of Wands, the Strength card, and the Nine of Wands. This Page of Wands is conflict, commotion. When I asked for clarity, the Three of Swords came out. The Three of Swords is telling me perhaps in the past, when you try to give this person a taste of their own medicine, when you try to teach them a lesson, things didn't go your way, because I'm seeing when you left this person, yes, it was their loss. Yes, they didn't have the things that you had, the things that you were sharing with them, because I'm seeing it, the abundance was on your side, and whatever the abundance was that you had, your partner was also having access to it. But when you left, their life drastically changed because they were no longer getting access to your abundance, to your success, to your hard work. So you taught them a lesson when it came to that. But when it came to teaching them how valuable you are as a partner to them, I'm not sure if you got that point across to them. Because with this Three of Swords, I'm kind of seeing that they ended up moving on to someone else. And this is why currently you're feeling very heartbroken. This Three of Swords is generally, typically, oftentimes a third-party situation. So it's almost like you taught them a lesson about how important and valuable you are to them materialistically. But perhaps they didn't get the lesson about how important and valuable you are as a partner, because it seems like they moved on. And now it's coming back to bite you in the butt because it's causing you this heartbreak. And you were not expecting it. Remember what I said when I was talking about your past with this Wheel of Fortune, where I kept on getting karma. You even have the World card. So this was bound to happen. The way you left this person, even though it wasn't your fault, because like I keep on saying, it was your partner's actions that pushed you to become more protective of your belongings. Your unwillingness to share what you have with them stemmed from their actions, their betrayal. And so in your eyes, the way you left them was out of retaliation and out of fairness. But not everything that is fair is good. So that's where your karma came in. And currently you're having to deal with that because it seems like the lesson sort of took a turn. Okay, with this Three of Swords currently. Heartbroken, betrayal. Third-party situations, multiple party situations. Next, you have the Strength card. Ego. Ego. That's just the word that I was getting. And when I asked for clarity, you have the 8 of Swords. Intuitively, I got the word ego for this Strength card, and it's because you're still so stuck on trying to teach this person a lesson. And you're not seeing where you could have went wrong. You're not reflecting, you're not self-reflecting, you're being too concerned about them. And you are moving on with your life with the Strength card. Even though you are dissatisfied and heartbroken, you're still living your life, you're continuing your life, but with the mentality where you feel like, they got what they deserve, their loss. You know what I'm saying? They deserve whatever they're going through. But you're unaware that you're dealing with your own karma right now. Because you know very well that deep down, even though you are defensive towards your partner, you are angry and disappointed, deep down, at the end of the day, you would be willing to reconcile or reunite with them. Eight of Swords. You're in deep mess right now, emotionally. You're in a sticky situation. Regardless of how tough you seem from the outside, you know, there's this ego feeling victorious, feeling like you won, you taught them the lesson, but deep down, you know you miss this person, and you know you are unhappy because, yes, you took what you have from them, but did you really get your point across of how valuable you are to them? Because it seems like they tried to replace you with someone else. But you're still not seeing it. And that's what this 8 of Swords is saying. You're still not seeing your side of the karma. You see how this woman here, she's blindfolded, she's tied up, surrounded by 8 swords. She's in mud. But when you're unaware, how are you to know? Or maybe you do know that you're in a big mess, but you're trying to ignore it, move forward with your life. Next, you have the 9 of Wands. When I asked for the 9 of Wands, I got the word temptation, and I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting. Temptation. So I asked for further clarity. And in clarity of this 9 of Wands here, the Page of Swords and the 4 of Cups came out. All right, and I'm just going to talk about each card. The 9 of Wands is telling me that, you know, you're being so indecisive currently because from the outside world, you're looking victorious. Like, yes, he or she got a taste of their own medicine. We'll see what he or she has now that I've left, now that I've taken everything that I have. But deep down, emotionally, romantically, you're not satisfied, which is why this Page of Swords is telling me that you're still tempted to go back to this person. You're still looking back at the past with hostility. Four of Swords, for some of you guys, this person may have even tried to reach out to you, to offer you something. Now, I'm not saying that you should accept it if that does resonate with you. For some of you, this person has tried to reach out to you and offer you something. I'm not saying that, you know, you should accept it because these are just cups. So these are just offers, but you don't know what's inside the cup. It's not like it's a pentacle that's actually guaranteed to be abundant and successful. It's a cup. Who knows what's inside? Who knows what they're offering to you? But for some of you, for those of you where your partner has tried to reach out to you, you're not accepting it. And some of you have the right to not accept it. You do. But then at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at night, you know you still miss this person. It's a sticky, messy situation. Next, we're going to talk about your future. So, in your future spread, you do have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Hermit card. So, excuse me. Let me just straighten up this camera. All right, so for your future, I'm still hearing stubbornness. You see, this Seven of Swords is telling me that there is a habit, a bad, negative habit or behavior, a pattern, a trait, a characteristic in someone that there's, and they're still carrying this bad habit of theirs without acknowledging that the habit that they have is bad. So they're unaware. Notice how this gentleman here, he's carrying these swords, and it kind of looks like he stole it, if we're being honest, but he's getting away with it. No one is, he's looking back to see if anybody will notice, and perhaps nobody will. So when I see this in love readings, it's a bad habit that someone is still carrying because they are refusing to self-reflect and to change those bad habits. And the bad habit that I'm seeing is stubbornness. That is the word that I kept on hearing, stubbornness, with this card. I'm going to ask for more clarity. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh. When I clarified this Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords first came out. Even more swords. You see all these swords? Seven of Swords, Four of Swords, Queen of Swords. Four of Swords. Look for yourself at this image. Notice how this gentleman here, he's acting like everything's okay. He's trying to get rest or take a nap, whatever it is. But he's surrounded by swords. There are 3 swords right above him. There's 1 sword right below him. This is pain, anger, rage, whatever it is. There's trouble surrounding him, yet he's ignoring it. He's trying his hardest to get a peace of mind, but it's impossible when his life is so chaotic emotionally, mentally, when he's refusing to at least try to solve these problems that are surrounding him. Stubbornness, carrying a bad habit, refusing to see the problem, refusing to change, refusing to see from another perspective. Now this Queen of Swords came up as well. This is your energy. You're so defensive. You're defensive presently. In the future, you're still going to be defensive. Very cutting. The Queen of Swords is extremely cutting with her words. It's like she's just ready for that man to come back so she can give him a piece of her mind. Man or woman. It's not gender specific. Next, you have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Clarify the Queen of Swords. What is going... Capricorns, if y'all don't calm down, because these cards can't even give me a chance. Oh my gosh. Capricorns. Calm down. So... in clarity of this Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups came up. 5 of Wands came up. It seems like the more you see that this person is dealing with other people, dealing with a new person, a new woman, a new man in their life, the more it's pushing you to try to maybe go back to them. Because like I said, in your past and present, you were trying to teach this person a lesson, teach them how valuable you are, how empty their life will be without you. But it seems like the only lesson they got is how valuable you are materialistically, not necessarily how valuable you are as a partner. And so now, by you seeing that they're moving on with other people, other women, other men, it's kind of making you have a second thought. And it's pushing you to maybe, perhaps, try to go back to them. Three of Cups. Generally, the three of Cups represents either a celebration or a third-party situation, but considering how it's clarifying this Queen of Cups, this is no celebration. This is a third-party situation. But in your case, I wouldn't necessarily call it cheating, because the two of you were separated, but you're still emotionally involved with your partner, and your partner is involved with someone else. So that's why that's why the Three of Cups came up. This Five of Wands is saying commotion, anger. In the future, some of you guys will even try to express yourself to your partner. There's going to be a lot of jealousy, a lot of anger, because you didn't get the outcome that you wanted, and you allowed another person to come, and you allowed another person to replace you. That's what's going to make you so angry. And a lot of you guys are even going to get into arguments with your partner or your ex-partner and the new person that they're with. I mean, these are 5 people fighting amongst themselves, and they each have their own wands, which is why I use the word commotion. Very, very intense. This is when an issue is affecting not only you and your partner, but also people outside of the connection. Hence, whoever the new person is that this Three of Cups had to come up for. Lastly, you have the Hermit card. Oh, I don't like the Hermit energy. Clarify the Hermit card. Oh, wow. In clarity of this Hermit card, the Five of Cups came out. This is crying over spilled milk, because you didn't expect it to go this way. This is a person who is mourning a loss. 3 cups are spilled over. 6 of Cups almost always represents a person who is reminiscing. You're mourning and isolating yourself. isolating yourself from the rest of the world because you didn't get the outcome that you wanted. You wanted a reunion with this person. Perhaps it was just a temporary test. And you didn't expect them to actually replace you. Wow. I know this is kind of a sad reading, but at least now that you see the future, if you don't want it to go this way, you can try to avoid it from happening. Okay? So, Capricorns, thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like a personal reading, because this is a general reading, it's very general. Even if the past and present resonates, it doesn't mean that the future will resonate with your personal life. So if you're interested in a reading, you're more than welcome to visit my website. The link is in the description box, and you can book a personal reading with me. I have a variety of readings with a variety of prices. I have readings that are $30 or $32. I have readings that are, they're on average, my readings are like around $30 and up. So I do think that they're quite affordable. If you're interested, just take a look and let me know. So thank you guys so much, Capricorns. And I also want to let you guys know that these relationship profile readings are going to be very fluid, to be honest. Just because I'm talking about the past, present, and future. And so they're timeless, if I'm being honest with you. But I guess for time's sake, I'm going to be doing these monthly relationship profile readings every 2 months. So every 2 months I will do a relationship profile reading for your sign. And the reason why I'm doing it every 2 months and not every 1 month is because I'm talking about the past, present, and future. So we need to not be too anxious to see the results or see the outcome, and just let time reveal itself. So with 2 months, hopefully that will be enough time so that what I'm saying in these readings, you can actually see them for yourself in real life. Give it time for these readings to actually come to life. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be doing these relationship profile readings every 2 months, but I will also be doing a update on these readings every month. I'm not sure what I'm going to title it, so just keep watch. But every month I will be doing a reading on each element. So to keep you updated on your love life, or just life in general, I will be doing general readings for each element, and they're sort of going to connect with these relationship profile readings. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions or concerns, just comment down below and I will answer it. So thank you guys so much, Capricorns, and y'all have a great day.